take a minute here and shout her out properly. Sejuya Anonymous, thank you for that follow. Clara requires absolutely no introduction. She is the owner and operator of Team Panda, the stream team that I am a member of. I'm System Chalk. I have actually just very recently changed from my old format. I used to be streaming on a Mac laptop, primarily strategy, but we have built a new PC, which we've been doing some new games with, and LA Noire, or as I like to call it, Rockstar Paris's La Noire, the Black. That was a fairly popular one, so we were playing it through to completion. We've just gotten to the Vice messages. And before I go any further, thank you so much for that follow, Bacon Dragon. I'm going to take a minute here and thank everybody who dropped those panda bombs. So we've got Sir Wedgie starting it off, Ice Stream Sandwich, Magus085, Riley Rex, JBZ, Master Crowther, Bishna responding to the panda bomb, Gaming Jester dropping the bombs again, Jelly Dots, Bacon Dragon, Calix Jumi, Simply Andre, Isaac297, both, oh sorry, and Calix did the poverty boop. I understand the poverty boop, although I am coming on 1 year with Seriously Clara in the next month, I believe. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for stopping by tonight. It means a lot, especially coming from a bigger caster like Clara. Obviously, I am not accustomed to such attention in here. I hope you guys enjoy yourself for however long you're inside here. I will just let you know a little bit about the normal schedule that we have on this stream. I've tried to do Mondays and Fridays as best as I can, but I am currently in grad school and I have teaching obligations. And so on Mondays and Fridays, I'm actually going to be doing a tutorial. And for those of you who are taking introductory microeconomics, feel free to ask me any questions. That is exactly what I'm teaching, but maybe not best for casting time. In any case, I'll be changing the schedule around a little bit. Obviously, feel free to follow either on Twitter or on Twitch to be informed of when the cast is coming up. But what we have traditionally done on Friday nights is play a very complicated grand strategy game called Crusader Kings 2. So if it's a game, I notice actually a few people have it in their libraries because of something like Humble Bundles, but are usually too frightened to play it because it is obscenely complicated and doesn't really have any good tutorials for it. So for those of you who are interested in a game like that, or sort of want to see kind of how crazy the strategy genre, it's a style of game known as grand strategy, can go, feel free to join us for the last Friday cast of Crusader Kings 2, and then when we introduce the new schedule, we'll still have a dedicated CK2 game. Otherwise, we've been playing Battlefield Hardline, Monaco, GTA 5, Saints Row, Gunpoint, The Swindle, all crime-themed games recently. We kind of got off of a special week for that. We'll be completing LA Noire, and then we'll be moving on to some other games as well. I've definitely actually been on a big strategy kick, so we'll kind of go back to some of the roots of this stream, but I'm trying to put a little bit more diversity inside of the games that I play. So, and yes, I've got 500 plus followers, probably due to your tireless efforts, because let's face it, I'm a complete amateur. Wait, is this the Seriously Kara you've heard so much about? Indeed it is, Bishna, and if you guys are not following her, please do so. Keep in mind that I started off in a little bit of a charity stream, and then stopped by a place in Vancouver called EXP Bar, where they had a Twitch meetup. And I recognized Clara from the kind of the monitors that they had up on the screen in terms of showing all the streams. They don't really do that anymore, but in this case, I did actually see her before I met her in person, and we got to talk a little bit about streaming. I kind of followed her cast. In fact, Sir Wedgie was so welcoming, I didn't really have any other option but to follow. And one thing led to another, and all of a sudden I am casting a lot more often. I have a wonderful stream team to be a part of. A very open stream team that does not care about the number of follows that you have, is a little bit more concerned about the content that you give, and I've really been able to grow and develop as much of an entertainer as I can be, I suppose. And I definitely owe quite a bit of that to the support that Clara and her team has given me. And in particular, you all know from my extended introductions to one Jessie Quill, I think between her and Clara, I probably worked out something resembling a regular cast. So, gonna miss the Mac laptop. Is there a place where I have my new PC specs yet? I don't, but I can let you know it's a Skylake processor, overclocked to 4.6 gigahertz. It's got a GeForce 980 Ti in it. I can't remember how much RAM I put in. I think it's 16 gigabytes DDR4. I need to double check that. Beautiful solid state drive. There was it was basically a steal on the Black Friday sales, and the rest is sort of the silly details. Yeah, a nice little thing. So when I say that I'm in grad school, for those of you who don't know me, I am currently at University of British Columbia for economics. And a nice little feature about graphics cards is they're very good at doing math, in particular the kind of vector calculations that you normally want to do as part of a econometric work. I'm really just guessing at this point. But yeah, so if you put a little bit of effort in, you can actually make your regressions run quite a bit faster if you have a graphics card. You can actually tap into it. Because it's an NVIDIA card, you use what's known as the CUDA architecture. Well, that was a waste of time. I mean, there has to be something related to the fact that they're moving ice with all of the puddles, but I don't have any way of detecting the puddles from the crane. My PC is way better than mine. Well, I mean, Bishna, I'm sorry, Isaac, I also did just build it. So, and part of that is financed through the efforts of the people who've been watching and donating. I consider myself extremely lucky to have had the kind of support that I've been given. And so I thought one of the best ways to sort of give back was to put a little capital into building a new streaming PC. And have a great night, Elpoke. Sorry I didn't acknowledge that before. I hope you have a great sleep. So I thought we were going to be done with this mission, but unless I can find refrigerators somewhere... Doesn't seem like there's any other way to change the perspective too, so... We'll just see if there's something obviously fridgy. Alright, well that's a little silly. Not gonna lie, I've been more entertained on other missions. I think I know what I'm supposed to do now, though. So, for you good people in chat who stayed with the raid, and for those of you who obviously are going to be out for a little bit, I certainly understand. It's late at night. This may not be what you had signed up for when you were watching Clara anyway. She is certainly a far better looking individual than I. Of course, not that you would know either way, as I don't have the camera. But, would any of you care to share what she was playing tonight? I suspect something Viking related, but I don't want to assume. It's like one of those coin-operated machines. Yeah, exactly. And Isaac, I have never actually played Red Dead Redemption. I have heard a rumor that apparently the source code was left in a pretty sorry state, and so it's a little bit more trouble than it's worth to recreate the game, unfortunately. It's always sort of hard to believe stories like that, but on the other hand, these are human beings making games, and of course, if you've sort of got your finished product and you've shipped it, I suppose there's not the same sort of care that you exercise.
There's a cold room in the back.
You're such a nag, Roy. But I'll do it for you because you took me under your wing advice so he can peek through windows and see what other people are getting up to. Except the prize is drugs. Well, I mean, Vishnu, you just gotta go to the right coin-op machine to get those kinds of prizes.
I think we know where the water's coming from.
Jotun by
wanna
Thunder
see
Lotus Games. I've seen that advertised on Steam so many times. Actually, with that in mind, another thing that Claire has wound up giving me was access to some of these good people who get me in touch with interesting developers and games. So we were playing Tharsis a little bit earlier on, which will be released on the 12th of January. Really interesting game. If you like, let's say, FTL or you like Sunless Sea or stuff like that, I would definitely say it's worth checking out. I will be putting up a VOD of my sort of mini review. Bam. This is how we get the drugs.
This must be how they transport the morphine.
I think we just won.
LAPD, leave it right there. Everyone out of the vehicle and put your hands up.
Oh, I hope we get to kill him.
There's something in the ice. He's making a run for it. Let him have it. Catch this, you asshole!
Damn it. I always feel like I can just get the top of his head, but... Whatever, we'll stop going for headshots. Alright, so while we watch the cutscene, what's Jotun about?
Take them all to Hollywood Station. Have the ME and Tech Services go over this place.
Where will you be?
Hunting polar bear.
Oh, we're still not done. Nice. I was gonna feel a little bit bad if I ended that quickly. But yeah, so would anybody care to say what Jotun is like? What's it about?
Is Audie serious? Is the LAPD turning a blind eye to narcotics?
It's also worth mentioning that this is
Keep your shirt on, Phelps.
this is the clowniest playthrough of LA Noire that you'll watch. So in this case, I always get the questions wrong. I usually can't interrogate, can't interview, can't drive, can't find
I know that the
evidence.
needs to unwind him. Let his hair down there. Morphine? Heroin?
Oh my god!
Look out!
Yeah, Isaac, shooting people is one of the perks of the job. We don't really get paid that well.
It's just another chemical like booze. A lot of people in high places think we're doing the city a favor by keeping the dope rolling into Central Avenue. Donnelly certainly believes we need
Hand-drawn
to keep
action
the
exploration game set in Norse
Jobs and
Norse
opportunities will go a lot
mythology.
further.
Will you listen to yourself?
Maniacs. For those of you wondering why I'm driving in the oncoming lane, it's because I'm the law and I make the rules. You're making me want to play this, Sir Wedgie.
closed. Has been for years. Not much call for ice anymore with all those newfangled refrigerators.
Save it for someone who wants to hear it. How many janitors carry a gat?
It's cold, Roy.
Got some here.
Give it up, Finkelstein. Your brother-in-law will get you a good lawyer.
My brother-in-law eats like guts. Come and get me if you want some daylight through that suit of yours.
I'm wide open here. Can someone please just kill these assholes already?
How long do you think it...
Bring some guns in here. Cover.
You don't dare touch the hat. I like this hat.
Your move, mister. I'm gonna put holes in you, asshole.
Man, this is like being in Nam. Oh, hello. So much morphine in the ice.
Get behind something, Phelps.
Roy is officially a coward. Hey Zortex, how's it going?
They're
We
all
are
dead,
about to
Finkelstein.
put this
Keep the weapon.
criminal on
Put your hands
ice.
up now.
Put my hands up. Sure. Then what? Cop to peddling the dope? Cut a deal? Ship me off to the queue? As soon as I get locked up, some old friend puts an ice pick above my ear? No thanks.
Only one other way out, shitheel.
What? I shot him in the head. Okay, fair enough. I guess I need to shoot him in the head multiple times. I feel very, very bad that I failed at that.
They're all dead, Finkelstein. Leave the weapon and put your hands up now.
Put my hands up. Sure. Then what? Cop to peddling the dope? Cut a deal? Ship me off to the queue? As soon as I get locked up, some old friend puts an ice pick above my ear? No
I'm not.
thanks.
I am not
Only one
losing
way
this
out,
hat again,
shitheel.
Bishna. Oh, he did shoot my hat off. I gotta get that hat back.
Let's have a look around.
There we go.
Now that we finally got some peace and quiet. I think I've had enough ice for one day. Until the scotch I pour myself as soon as we get out of here.
You have it on the rocks, Roy.
Three guesses
You're a
what's in the
monster.
box. Open her up, Cole. This stuff has got to be worth at least $100 grand.
So Finkelstein robbed the ship?
My guess is Lenny took it off their hands. This is big. This is gonna make the papers, Phelps. As senior investigator, I'll do the talking.
Well, well, who would have thought that Roy Earl's handpicked new partner would have turned out to be such a great case man? This is a good result, Phelps. As far as we can tell, Lenny the Fink was moving the morphine across the city and as far north as Frisco. This makes the feds very happy, and it makes Mickey Cohen look bad. I won't lie to you, kid. I like the headlines. I like them a lot. You keep this squad in the papers, and we'll get along just fine.
Well, we know he didn't get 1 star. Look at that 5,000 vehicle damage. Death of Lenny Finkelstein should keep administrative vice in the headlines for now. Alright. Meritorious. Normally we let the cutscene go, but I think I'll let that be the introduction to the next... I think I'll let that be the introduction to the next episode. So guys, I know you very recently just went on a raid with Seriously Clara. I know this was a short cast on my part, but I have been casting for about 5 hours. I actually have to be on campus tomorrow, and it's about 2 o'clock in the morning over here. But with that in mind, I don't want to leave you hanging. So let me just take a minute here to see who I am following, see if they are online, and we can at least get you in touch with somebody who's maybe going to be online a little bit longer, and you know, fun to watch. You know what? Okay, guys. So I know this won't be for everybody. We won't do any kind of a formal raid or anything along those lines. I think you can get. I mean, if you want to do a proper raid or something like that, that's fine. But one of my fellow team members on Team Vancouver is streaming right now. He's Ponce. He's a very talented League of Legends caster, very good at educational content, but one thing that's particularly good tonight is he's been playing around with some of the Japanese voiceover. So he's a great guy. I think he's... I enjoy watching him. I'm a Dota 2 player. I haven't actually played that much League. But his is one of the few League streams that I can watch, and like exclusively League stream basically, that I can watch because I think he just has a certain degree of charisma and a good approach to gaming. So I'm going to host him tonight. I completely understand if it's not your thing. For those of you who are interested in following along with the stream, thank you for everybody who's already followed. I will be coming back to play... I'll be back to play Crusader Kings 2 on Friday, and I'll try and get some LA Noire done over the weekend. We are going to be playing this game through to completion before we move on to any of the other games that we have in the queue. But that is it for me tonight. I will leave you with Ponce and hope you all have a wonderful time. Thank you for the support, and we'll see you tomorrow.